Alrighty, what's going on, you guys? I'm back today with another Call of Duty Black Ops 3, of course. Today, PlayStation has messed up. Let's go ahead and get into the game, and I'll talk about it a little bit more. Guys, we still cannot get a break. We're over here trying to get the new map that we still have not played yet, and we just can't get it. There's like literally no possible way to get it, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I haven't even seen it come up in the lineup yet or whatever, so that's very, very annoying. Yeah, so what we're going to be talking about today is how PlayStation is kind of messed up a little bit, I guess, in a sense. So they had this, I guess it was a pretty big update on PlayStation, and I only think it's a pretty big update because of like how different notifications and all that look in this game. Like there's just a new color, like a new um if you guys know what I mean whenever I say there's a new texture, like it just looks like a new texture. I don't really know how to explain it really, but it's totally like different than what it generally was. And I'm not a fan at all. I don't know why they had to update it and change the way it totally looked, but basically the recordings are kind of messed up as well. I did a whole cut com, finished it up, everything, and I was gonna go put it together, quote unquote edit it or whatever you want to call it. And I was gonna go on with my day, play a little bit more Call of Duty, probably watch some YouTube videos, whatever, so on and so forth. But that didn't quite happen, and the reason why I was not able to do that is because they have totally screwed with the the recording system in Call of Duty or in on PlayStation. I was trying to say I was trying to say on the whole time, but I kept saying in. They totally messed with the recording like operations or whatever you want to call it. And by that basically what I mean is like generally, I could just record easily, everything would be there, and then I'd get to go and I'd be able to like put it all together and whatever, make my video, whatever. Well, now that's not the case. Now I have to record like I usually do and hope that hope that everything records and all that stuff. And I'm saying this because I literally went to go edit a video from like all these cuts that I had done. I have like all these different video clips that I have to put together and mash up, and I'm not able to do it because it didn't record like two of the clips. So I literally go on talking about one thing, and then I randomly start talking about another thing. Like literally makes no sense whatsoever. So basically say goodbye to cut commentary, which I actually really enjoyed making, because it just like added a little bit of a difference to my like channel, like the way I recorded everything, all that stuff. So I'm quite annoyed. So now basically I get to sit here and no cuts. Generally what I do is if I'd mess up, I'd end the recording, and if I just kept talking, I would just keep going on and talking, doing whatever. Generally people who do cut comms are people who mess up on their recordings a lot and all that stuff. And I do find myself sometimes messing up on a word or something like that, or doing like a little bit of a stutter. I'm sure you guys have actually heard it in this video so far. I have like already stuttered or like messed up on something I was trying to say already, and I'm like too afraid to like redo it or whatever, because I don't want like a whole entire like big clip or a chunk of something to be totally just cut out of my gallery, I guess my capture gallery you could call it. So that's kind of annoying. Not too pleased with that. But I guess we're gonna have to go through like all these rounds. And actually, whenever this round ends, I'll end it so you guys don't have to sit through it, and I'll see. Hopefully, it saves the video clip. But I literally I made this random cut. Just doing a cut com. I made a random cut. It didn't record a whole entire section of what I was talking about. So, kind of messed up what PlayStation did. I don't know if they did it purposefully. I mean, surely they wouldn't do it purposefully, but like you can't help but like try and understand how exactly they did it. It's kind of hard to comprehend, I guess. But what I was talking about in my other video that wound up not getting posted because PlayStation messed up, I was actually talking about how I got my progress report today. And for those of you who don't know what that is, maybe they don't have it in your state or just at your school, or maybe they don't have it in your country, or whatever the case may be. For those of you who don't know, a progress report is basically like it comes out every middle of the 9 weeks, I think it is. It comes out, and it's just like basically like how well you're doing throughout this 9 weeks. And I mean, it can be helpful, especially for your parents, but for you, generally, you're not too happy unless your grades are generally, you know, good. Um, my grades are all right. I know I was talking about my grades yesterday, so that's kind of, you know, I guess a kind of a little bit of an add-on to what I was talking about yesterday. Um, but I'm just bringing this up because I do have an F and it's in algebra, and you guys know that I had that Indian teacher that I had no way of understanding her like at all. Like I just couldn't understand her. Um, and so my parents kind of understand that. And then 2 days after I moved into a new class, um, the teacher wound up making me and everyone else, of course, take a test on something that I learned from my, you know, teacher that I cannot understand a single bit. So it's a little bit harder for me, but right now I'm doing pretty good. I'm understanding everything because my new teacher's actually the one that's been teaching me this stuff that we're learning. So of course I'm doing better. So hopefully my grade will be changing sooner or later. It kind of was a sucky coincidence that that happened where I sadly had to take a quiz 2 days after I was moved out of class. So basically everything that was on that quiz I had learned from my Indian teacher that I couldn't understand. Um, so that always sucks, but hopefully, like I was saying, I can change that a bit. Um, and if I can't, then it'll start to be a problem. But right now, it's not too bad. And then I also have a 75 in a law studies class, which for those of you who don't know what law studies is basically law studies is basically like learning about court and law and like the how laws work and how court works. Basically just the mechanics of all that type of stuff. So it's an alright class. I thought I'd have it with one of my friends, but I didn't. But I have like one or two friends. I would say 1.5 friends really, because one of them I guess I could consider my friend, but I don't really talk to them that much. So it's kind of sucky class. Not too happy about it. And this guy is doing pretty good up there camping, not gonna lie. But yeah, we had that hurricane that came through, or whatever, Hurricane Hermine. I'm sure you guys heard about it. We came back to school, and then like the second day we were back in from school, we had to do this thing called current events, which is basically like we have to write a summary about something that's currently been happening around our area, or just like really anywhere, because I did mine in Australia one time, which is nowhere near where I live. You have to do like a little summary on like a criminal, or like some type of political thing that's been going on, generally something like you would see on the news or something like that. You have to talk about it, and kind of summarize it up for the teacher a little bit. Let him know what happened. Even though he probably already knows, you just let him know. It's kind of like a little, as if you were a police officer or something like that, telling the people like where you live or whatever about a murder that happened or whatever. You're like 24-year-old socially, whatever. Just it's like that. You just say your name, your age, all that stuff, where it happened, when it happened, all this good stuff. And you get a grade on it. Well, it's every single Friday we're supposed to do it. And we got back on like Wednesday, and I didn't think my teacher would make us do it because first of all, a lot of people still didn't have power, and second of all, it was like we didn't have that much time to do it, because we came back on Wednesday. So I mean, I just kind of figured we wouldn't have to do it. Well, apparently we had to do it, and a lot of people didn't. Some people did, and I was one of those people, unfortunately, that didn't. And a 0 in the grade book weighs a lot on your grade. So it kind of sucks that happened to me. Wow, we actually wound up winning that. Cool. It kind of sucks that happened to me. So not too many good things happened. I got a progress report that I'm not too pleased with. Neither are my parents. Actually, I'm pretty pleased with it. My parents are the ones that aren't too pleased with it. And then also PlayStation totally messed up with this stupid update that totally messed up the recording system. But hopefully everything works out from here on out, through school, through PlayStation, through YouTube, all that good stuff. But yeah, nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, remember to big thumbs up down below. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.